All right, here we are off on another great adventure. Let's go.
Okay, the car is packed and it's time to head towards Bellingham for where we're spending the night tonight. So let's get going.
Look what I found! Look what I found! Look what I found! So excited!
Hi, I'm Matthew.
And I'm Susan. Together we love to travel.
One of our favorite places to be
is aboard a Norwegian ship at sea.
Good food, drinks, and friends.
Make a relaxing trip indeed.
So come along with us
as we let the sea set us free. Woo!
Okay, so we are on the road and we are headed towards the next town over on Highway 173. We got to grab some quick lunch because both of us did not have a chance to eat. I got off early from work and Susan didn't eat after she got done with her summer school. So we're grabbing some lunch and then we're going to head over North Cascades Highway. If you notice, it's a little bit smoky over there. That's because there is a wildfire within 25 miles of us. It sprung up yesterday. No threat to us, and they are doing water drops and all that, and are pretty well on it, and should have it contained pretty quickly. A lot of effort, and hopefully the wind doesn't pick up, because that was the biggest driving factor yesterday on why it spread. So we're on the road, and you're coming along with us. You can see the smoke a little bit more as we've gotten to the northernmost point. The fire is kind of to the south along the Columbia River here. We're going to go north out of Brewster here so we avoid the smoke. If we were to go south to one of our options to get to the North Cascades, we'd be going towards the smoke. So yeah, we're going to be going north out of the smoke.
McDonald's for the road for lunch. Just tasty.
Yeah, Susan got a couple McDoubles, I got a McDouble and a quarter pounder with cheese and bacon. So not much choices where we live, so McDonald's it is. Okay, so we've made it up here to Malott, and something very unique here in Malott. We have Washington State's shortest highway. So we are on US 97 right now, and we are turning off US 97 onto Washington Highway 213. And yeah, this highway right here, I use the
Very loose.
term highway loosely,
Very loosely.
is less than a half a mile long. And yeah, we're over halfway through it. We're almost to the end now. Up until about a month ago, there wasn't even a sign out on US 97 saying that this was a highway. I only found it on Google and then did some research and found out it was. But yeah, up and we've reached the end of the highway. There you go. You've ridden Washington's shortest highway. Lucky you. Okay, so we're now on Washington Highway 20, and we are heading up Loop Loop, heading up towards Loop Loop, I must say. And once we go over Loop Loop, we'll get to Twist, Winthrop, and then we'll head over the North Cascades Highway. Okay, so we've made it to the top of our first pass of the day, Loop Loop. So fun, you can say it twice. Loop Loop, Loop Loop, Loop Loop. It's like Walla Walla. Okay, so we've made it over here into the Met Hal, coming off the mountain. And it's not very smoky over here. There's a little bit, but not very much. So I'm very glad we chose to go over Loop Loop instead of coming up 153, which was our other option. So I bet 153 would be pretty smoky, because any smoke that they're getting here is probably coming up the Met Hal River Valley, which follows Highway 153 along the Met Hal River. So we are getting close to Twist, and then at Twist we're going to head west further on Highway 20 to Winthrop, and then we start the North Cascades Highway, and we have like 4 passes, 3 or 4 passes that we go over, including the highest pass in Washington State. It is definitely a beautiful day over here in the Met Hal. And we are dropping down to the Met Hal River level and the junction with Highway 153 right now. Okay, so we've made it through Twist. We are exiting out the western end of it. We have a couple of short miles of travel between here and the next little town of Winthrop. So as we're going through the Met Hal here, my job, I work in the county auditor's office here in Okanagan County, and part of what I've been doing recently is we've been doing a re-precincting project for the county, and so by the time you see this, we'll probably have it passed and it'll probably be implemented, but well, at least that's the hope. Well, I've been pointing out where all the precinct lines are, and Susan's been kind of rolling her eyes at, you know, the precinct boundaries that I've been pointing out, and you know, I find it fascinating. She doesn't find it quite so fascinating. See, I'm getting a thumbs up even. Okay, so we are in Winthrop. If you notice on the signs, they are all themed. Winthrop has a requirement that your business and your signs must be Western themed.
As in the Old West.
As in the Old West. So it is very cool to see, and I'll show you a little bit more when we get downtown here. But yeah, downtown is very much Western themed. Okay, so we're in downtown Winthrop. Literally, we are downtown Winthrop. And you can see all the buildings are Western themed here. Really, really cool to see. Oh my gosh, it is such a beautiful day up here in the upper Met Hal. We're up near Mazaman now, right at the edge of heading up into the Cascades, and it is just gorgeous. You cannot ask for a better day up here. It is about 85 degrees right now, and no smoke. It is super sunny. Yeah, perfect day. Okay, so we are on the North Cascades Scenic Highway, heading out of Mazama and up towards our first pass and the edge of Okanagan County. This is why I love driving the North Cascades. It is just spectacular, phenomenal, and so beautiful. If you have a chance, come visit the North Cascades and Okanagan County and the Methow. So we are climbing up towards Washington Pass, and it is just so beautiful up here, like I've mentioned. Susan did just hit a squirrel.
It's sad. He wasn't supposed to be on the road. No, I'm sorry.
He was camping in the middle of the road, so it's his own fault. So, sorry, squirrel.
Sorry, squirrel.
We heard thump, and we're like, darn it. So that's the valley that we just came up. So, look at that view. Okay, we're up and over Washington Pass. So we just passed the Bridge Creek Trailhead, and significant of that is it is the Pacific Crest Trail southbound trailhead from Highway 20. So you can head south on the Pacific Crest Trail. There is a little bit of a section north of here that will get you to the Canadian border. But there's only like one or two more roads that are north of here for you to like get picked up on. And Canada doesn't allow you to cross on the trail anymore because there is no customs location where the trail crosses in the wilderness. So you have to turn around and return, back to the U.S. when you reach the border. And now we're reaching the Pacific Crest Trail northbound trailhead here at Rainy Pass. That I just showed you in the distance is called Crater Peak, and it's visible along Washington Highway 20 here, the North Cascades Highway, when you're traveling westbound towards Maryland. There's another look at Crater Peak as it dips behind the trees. Okay, so about a mile ago we entered the Ross Lake National Park Complex. Now, that sounds a little funny to you. It's because there is two national recreation areas attached to North Cascades National Park. And Highway 20 travels through one of those recreation areas, the Ross Canyon recreation area, on its way across Washington State. And so we are in the National Park Complex as part of the greater North Cascades National Park. So it is very beautiful up here, and we're very proud to have a national park up here.
Our favorite spot to stop here in North Cascades National Park on our drive over is Diablo Lake, and we love it because of the beautiful color that the water is.
As you can see from the parking lot, it's quite a little popular spot.
Always.
And but it's definitely a spot you don't want to miss. One word of advice: if you are coming from the east like we were, there is no sign alerting you to the fact that it's coming up.
No warning.
So if you're traveling along 20 and you start seeing the Green Lake, start slowing down because it's gonna come up really fast. If you miss it, turn around and then come back in, because it's definitely worth the stop. Coming from the west, you do have signage that tells you it's coming up though. So that's our word of advice. So we confirmed as we drove past, there is a sign that says Diablo Lake Overlook, if I can speak, when you are coming from the west headed eastbound. There is not a sign that we saw coming from the east.
There may have been a sign before, it might have gotten knocked over, who knows, but we did not see it.
Yeah. Another telltale sign when you're coming from the west is you are going to come right over the top of an arm of the lake. So you will be right down at water level here on this arm of Diablo Lake. And you can tell by the glacier coloring of the water where you are at. So make sure to stop at the overlook. Okay, so we're coming into New Halem. This is the city area of Seattle City Lights complex up here. Seattle City Light operates the dams up here, and so this is where their workers live during the time frame, and they have a old engine that they used to run up in this area back in the good old days when they had to bring supplies up into this and the highway didn't exist. So we got rid of the car that was going insanely slow in front of us around the corners. They went and saw the damn visitor center, I mean the National Park Visitor Center. We were sad to see them leave us. What? You aren't sad, Susan? You weren't sad?
You aren't sad.
Oh, you weren't sad either. You were tired of following them. True. And then, so they were like spot on the speed of every orange sign or a yellow sign going around corners. But then we get to New Halem, where it's 30 miles per hour through New Halem. Yeah, I think they were going 45 the entire time through New Halem. Didn't slow down, and poof, they were gone. And we weren't sad to see them turn off either, because we didn't really want to follow them anymore. But we're pretty much out of the mountain part of this. There's a little bit more, but you start getting down into the valley. The valley's here pretty soon, and then it opens up. And you get into the Skagit Valley farmlands and stuff like that. And we get to one of my favorite towns to say, Sedro-Woolley. If you need some context, look up Almost Live from King 5 in Seattle. They like saying Sedro-Woolley too. That's where I got it from. So we are making our way down the Skagit River Valley. We are in Upper Skagit County now. As we came out of North Cascades National Park Complex, we re-entered Skagit County from Whatcom County. We went through Marble Mount, and now we're continuing down, paralleling the Skagit River as we head toward Sedro-Woolley. Sedro-Woolley! Susan just laughed because I said didn't know what the speed limit was, so I opened up my Google Maps and looked at what the speed limit was, and I said, oh, okay, the car in front of us is going the speed limit. And she's like, well, yeah, the speed limit's 55. I'm like, well, I didn't know that. And so I asked the all-knowing one, and she didn't find that necessarily funny. What? You know Google listens to you.
Unfortunately.
So we are crawling through the hardest town in Washington. The town of Concrete. You heard me right. Concrete, Washington. That joke never gets old. So we are continuing on our way west here on Highway 20 towards Bellingham. We're getting closer. Okay, we are rolling through Sedro-Woolley, the town that we all love to say. Well, at least I love to say. We are getting closer. Up here in about a quarter mile, we're going to go around a roundabout, and then we are going to keep following Highway 20 until we reach I-5. But we are much closer. We are out of the mountains. We're definitely in the Skagit Valley now. And we're getting close to our destination for the evening. Okay, so we've made it to I-5. We're jumping on I-5 to head up to Bellingham. We are almost to our destination. Woohoo!
Right there in the throes of Michigan football and
Okay, so we are in Bellingham area. We are within the 7 exits of Bellingham. What we have to do is we have to go fuel up with gas at Costco, because tomorrow morning we are crossing the border really early in the morning, because we need to be at the airport early, because we have to clear customs, U.S. Customs at Vancouver's airport, and we need to get across before the border gets busy. It was like an hour wait at noon today. It's 15 minutes at Blaine currently, but I don't want to take a chance of it being a long wait in the morning, so we're gonna try to get out of the hotel by about 6 a.m. tomorrow, so we can grab something to eat and then get across the border and get up to YVR at a decent time. So that's the plan. We're gonna hit Costco, check into the hotel, and then we're gonna go get some dinner at a local casino's restaurant. Susan is really excited about the cuisine at that restaurant, and I'm gonna get their special of the month, because that's the only palatable thing that I found. Okay, we've made it to Costco gas, and we're gonna fill up and then head over to our hotel.
We have arrived and checked in at our hotel here in Bellingham, Best Western Place. All right, here's our room. Very spacious, very nice. King size bed, looks comfy. Desk area, chair, and a couch. And right next to the door is the bathroom. Looks good.
Okay. We've kind of relaxed a little bit here in the room, but now we're gonna
a little settled in.
Yeah. Now we're gonna go get dinner at the local casino, and so let's get it rolling. Here's what the hallway of our hotel looks like. It's really nicely decorated, and each of the doors have a different little placard on it. So that was a quick walkthrough of the hotel breakfast area, which is from 6 to 9:30 in the morning. Okay, so we are coming up on the Lumi Nation Casino, where we're going to have dinner tonight. So we're going to pull in there and find the restaurant which we're going to go eat at, called Pan Asia. Okay, so we're here at the Silver Reef Casino, and we're going to go find the restaurant for dinner. Dark, and it might be a little hard to see, but look straight in front of us. You can just barely make out the outline of Mount Baker. Really cool outline, and I'm sure if you were staying at the hotel here on the Lumi Indian Reservation and had a room on this side, you'd have a gorgeous view on a clear day.